all around the world, but also with my dear friend Dr. Ray Strand, who is our head of our medical advisory board. And I've watched over the last 17, 18 years with him as he has just opened his heart to so many individuals when it comes to helping them get on the right path with their health and their nutrition. And if I could tell you two people in my life that I would consider true healers out there, individuals who really care about people's health above and beyond anything else, that will spend whatever time it takes to help an individual get on the right path, these are the two individuals. So I wouldn't put my health in anybody's care more than these two right here, and they are passionate about what they're doing. Sometimes you meet crusaders in your life that are just so passionate about what they do. You can tell that they are the individuals that you want to listen to, that you want to go to, and so it is just amazing to have them on this evening with us. I'm going to turn it over to our Chief Product Officer, Deanna Latson. Deanna has lectured at over 800 universities over the years. She's taught everyone you can imagine in all different, from prisons, she's got some amazing stories about that, to CEOs and top executives around the world, as well as in our industry. She has been one of those individuals who's really changing people's lives and opening up and enlightening us to a better way and a better lifestyle, not just from the products, but from the possibilities and how we can take control of our health. Dr. Ray Strand, I've had the opportunity to work with and seen no less. He's published in over, I'm sure it's over 17 languages, several of his books. They are amazing. I have some personal favorites in Healthy for Life and several of his other books that I just think have changed my life as well. So I'm going to turn it over to these two fine individuals, and without further ado, Deanna Latson.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us on the call. We have so many people, and they're still arriving. So thank you for caring so much about your health that you're joining us on a Thursday evening to learn how to better take care of your health. And before I start, what I'd like to do is just introduce myself, because I think there are a lot of people on the call tonight who don't know me, and so I'd like you to know a little bit about me. And thanks, Mark, so much for introducing us and welcoming everybody to the call. So as Mark said, I've been in the industry for a long time. Prior to coming to ARIIX, I spoke all over the world, internationally at over 800 colleges and universities, working with athletic teams and working with sororities and fraternities and working with, you know, Fortune 500 companies and working in the ghettos. You name it, I've done it, all with a purpose and a mission to help people understand that normal is not natural, that it is normal to get fat. It is normal to be sick. It is normal to be on drugs. It's normal not to feel good. It's normal to park way far, you know, it's normal to drive around in the parking lot 50 million times to find the closest spot. All these things are normal, but they're not natural. Because when you study the oldest living people on the planet, you will notice something that's honestly fascinating. They're called centenarians, people that live over to be 100. And the average centenarian is healthier than American 70-year-old. And we've been led to believe that it is normal to break down and deteriorate. It is normal, but it's not natural. So for the last 16 years, that's what I've been doing, traveling all over the world, helping people understand this concept. And you see, I had this experience myself, because in my life, I was a fat girl who took pharmaceutical drugs, addicted to a narcotic pharmaceutical drug, ate at McDonald's and ate Reese's peanut butter cups and drank 3 Pepsis a day because that's what everybody else did, and I was fat and sick and bad skin and you name it. I had every problem in the book. And I was in a family, you know, a gun-carrying, dually truck driving, dead deer hanging from the barn. My dad's he's a deacon in the church and he's a cop. And my dad was on 17 prescription medications. And you see, I walked around life thinking that this is what everybody did, and this is what we're supposed to do. This is life. And I had my own personal awakening that changed me and gave me this huge sense of commitment and passion and drive to help people understand a concept. This is one of my favorite quotes. I want to die young at a very old age. So I joined in with Mark Wilson and Fred Cooper and Riley Timmer and Jeff Yates right before we opened our doors as a partner and a founder so that we could help people understand this concept. I've been doing it for years on my own, but now we had a company that was worldwide and people could learn that there are options. People are hungry for options because I know there's a lot of people like my daddy out there. I know there's a lot of people feeling like they don't have options and that, you know, if their doctor says they got to be on these drugs, that this is really the only way. Well, at ARIIX, we are about prevention, about helping you understand that the body is remarkable, that the body will heal itself if you give it the opportunity to do so. You know, one thing that I've learned over the years is I travel around that so often people think that our genes are the cause of why we get sick. We bombard our body with all these foods. And if you're looking at the slide and you're thinking, yum, that looks good, that's not the right thought. When we look at this slide, it's processed foods that have no nutritional value whatsoever. Remember, when we're eating, we're either feeding a disease or we're keeping our body healthy. And we bombard our body with all these foods for years. We get sick. We blame it on our genes. It's just not true. And so we want to help spread the hope. We want to give people all over the world hope that there's alternatives, that you can live a life of prevention and you'll feel great, that you have a choice, and that once you empower yourself and you learn that it might be normal but it's not natural, and that you have a choice every day by the way you live your life, that's empowering. There's something that I want everybody to understand, a concept that's so important, is that the damage your system will endure from a nutrient deficiency is hundreds times greater than any damage caused by radiation or chemicals. For years, as a speaker on the topic of health and wellness and teaching people about how to have longevity and wake up and know what a good day feels like, I didn't think we needed to take supplementation. I was convinced that if you ate a good, wholesome diet from the farm with organic fruits and vegetables and hormone-free proteins, that you could be healthy. The University of Vancouver did a study recently, and they came out and showed the food, the nutrient differences in the food from 50 years ago compared to today. And when you read that study, it's shocking to see calcium down 41% in certain fruits and vegetables, to see potassium down, to see all these nutrients that our body needs to be healthy are way down in our foods. To know that you'd have to eat 8 oranges to get the nutrients that your grandma got in one. Because we've over-fertilized our lands, because we're growing food in a way that's not really natural, it's with chemicals, we've lowered the nutrient content of our food. So now I am a firm believer that if you want to die young at a very old age, you want to be about prevention, that key products in your life in this area of nutritionals and supplementation play a key role. And when we develop our products, that's what we're doing. We're developing products that fit into your lifestyle to help you prevent illness, to keep you well, to keep you healthy, to help you die young at a very old age. I don't want to be the normal, because the normal is sick, unhealthy, grouchy, wakes up every day, doesn't know what a good day feels like. Have you ever been in a room with someone who's healthy? They're magnetic, right? You're attracted to them just because they carry a different glow and energy about them. When you feel good, people around notice. And if you help somebody who has felt bad for years feel good, they'll be your friend and customer for life. So tonight, we're going to do a fast-forward version. It's very difficult to do, but we're going to do 1 hour and 25 minutes, and we're going to cover every single product. And it's going to be the fast-forward version of our products, because Dr. Strand and I could talk at least an hour on every product. So we're giving you the Cliff Notes version tonight, and we're excited to do that. And before I go any further, I'd like to introduce to you our Scientific Advisory Board. You see, I am the Chief Product Officer, so I'm like the gatekeeper. I'm the one that organizes the chemists and the food formulators and the nutritional supplement formulators, and we work with our doctors. And our doctors are just the most remarkable people who gather the research and put it together, and we sit and we brainstorm in very exciting meetings to come up with the best products to help people live a better life. And we have a remarkable board, a remarkable group of formulators and chemists, and I am so blessed to call them my friends and colleagues. And tonight, we have our Chief Medical Officer, which is Dr. Ray Strand, on the call with us. And let me just tell you a little bit more about Dr. Strand. Dr. Strand is one of those doctors that I hope you can all find in your life. Because most of the time I'm telling people, hey, look at your doctor. If your doctor doesn't look healthy, run. But Dr. Strand knows what health, real health, and prevention means. He's written, as you've seen below, books on all types of topics. I mean, my favorite is Death by Prescription. I love that title. Healthy for Life, Bionutrition, you know, books on fat loss, about nutritional medicine, and they've been translated in languages all over the world. The man is a rock star in Asia, and he is our Chief Medical Officer, and I'm fortunate to call him a friend, and I believe Dr. Strand is on the line. Ray, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you, Deanna.
You're welcome. You know, Dr. Strand, tell us a little bit about why you got into the business. I mean, I shared with everybody that I was a fat, sick girl. My dad was a fat, you know, sick guy, and we had a major transformation in our health, which led me down this path. But why are you into nutritional medicine?
Well, Deanna, I'm a typical physician. That's the way I was trained at the University of Colorado Medical School. And for 23 years of my medical practice, I pretty much did everything I could to get my patients off of supplements. I felt that they just created expensive urine. They did not have any positive effect, and that all my patients needed to do was eat a healthy diet. And I'm sure many of you out there have heard that from your doctor, and I truly believed it. I didn't get much training in nutrition, absolutely no training in nutritional supplementation, but it was really my wife that changed my feeling about supplements. My wife suffers from an illness called chronic fatigue fibromyalgia. And when she married me, a physician, she thought her health would improve. But nothing could be further from the truth. Year after year, she just got worse and worse. And in 1995, she came down with a serious pneumonia and was left with a chronic fatigue and really was unable to get out of bed for not any more than an hour a day for month after month, in spite of seeing 4 different medical specialists who had placed her on 9 prescription medications. And it was at that time she started taking nutritional supplements, and I couldn't believe the improvement in her health and in her energy. And I'm sitting there, and it really was, it's really hard, you know, as a physician to not even be able to help your own spouse. And so when I saw her health improve by taking vitamins, I couldn't believe it. And so I said, had what I've been telling my patients all these years been wrong? Well, you know, we don't learn anything about supplementation in medical school. We learn about our drugs. We learn about disease. So we're disease-oriented, we're drug-oriented, and that's the nature. And even what we call preventive medicine is really just early detection of disease. So I spent hours researching the medical literature, things I'd never learned, about the health benefits my patients could receive when they take high-quality nutritional supplements, not at RDA levels. See, that's where I got messed up in medical school. I thought all you needed were RDAs. But in order to get a health benefit from taking supplementation, you need to be taking optimal or advanced levels, those levels that have been shown to provide a health benefit. And in my studies, Deanna, it became very evident that all of these diseases I was treating in my office, like heart disease and cancer, diabetes, MS, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, macular degeneration, Alzheimer's, all of these diseases were the result of the dark side of oxygen. Even though oxygen is necessary for life itself, it's inherently dangerous for our existence. And so as we utilize oxygen, we create excessive free radicals which can damage not only the cell wall, the vessel wall, proteins and fats, but it can damage the DNA of the nucleus. So what was happening is all of these diseases, the root cause was oxidative stress, or what we now call we're just rusting inside. And so as I looked at that, it became very evident to me that the best way to prevent these diseases was actually by taking high-quality, complete and balanced nutritional supplements at their optimal levels, because that is what the medical literature showed me was the best way to optimize your body's natural defenses, your natural immune system, your natural repair system, and your natural antioxidant defense system. So this was something that was new to me, and I have been spreading this message for the last 18 years because my patients today are not as worried or concerned about the years in their life as they are the quality of life in those years. And that is what I've learned, that the best way to protect your health is our own body's natural defenses and not the drugs I can prescribe. And so that's why I'm here. That's why I'm sharing this message, because everybody should be eating a healthy diet. We need to be firmly establishing a modest, consistent exercise program, but I believe everyone needs to be taking high-quality nutritional supplements like the ARIIX products, and we're going to get into those.
And right before we move on, tell us a little bit about Liz, your wife, and how she's doing on the products. And really, you know, she had a major life transformation by going on nutritionals.
Well, she did, and I have to say, Deanna, she really improved, and each year she got better and better. My wife's a horse trainer, and she rides. She's been riding horses, showing, and loves it. But since she's been going on the ARIIX products, which is about 18 months ago, she's gone to a new level of health, and that's why I joined ARIIX. I believe ARIIX is going to take nutritional medicine to the next level. I've seen it in my patients. I'll share a few of the stories as we talk tonight. But my wife has had her absolute best year of health this last year on the ARIIX products. And it's exciting to me to be part of this, to be part of this team, and being able to share this message with so many other people across the world.
Well, Ray, we're excited to have you on the team. So before we move any forward on our products, what I'd like to do is explain why manufacturing is so important. Let's pretend we all go to the best high-end clothing store in your area. We buy a very fancy dress, or maybe a suit jacket for the men on the phone, and it's high-quality material, very, very high-quality material. But they've stitched this very expensive piece of clothing together terribly. And you wear it once, you wear it twice, and the stitching starts coming apart. Well, how would you feel about that expensive piece of clothing? Not very good. Well, manufacturing is like the stitching in nutritional medicine. Manufacturing is key to making sure that you have high-quality products. And what I'd like to do before we go any further is just talk a little bit about our manufacturing certifications. Because in the United States, if your manufacturer is certified under good manufacturing processes and the FDA and the NSF, you are a really good company. You're on the ball. Because the supplement industry gets a very bad name for putting things in a bottle, and then really what's in the bottle is not the same what's on the label. And so you always want to make sure at a bare minimum that the manufacturing facility that's making the supplements that you take is a GMP facility, an FDA facility, and it's one step even higher if it's an ASF facility. But here at ARIIX, we care so much that we give you what we call a potency promise, 100% potency guarantee. Do you know how we do that? It is because of our OT certification at our manufacturing facility. OTC certification is our over-the-counter certification. That means our facility can actually make pharmaceutical drugs like Tylenol, Advil, all those sorts of things. Now, we don't make that, but our facility is certified to do that. And when our facility is certified with that type of licensing, our supplements must be manufactured to the same exact standards. That gives every doctor, every physician, every person taking our products the assurance that when we tell you something's in the product, it's in the product, because we've tested the raw ingredient when it lands in our facility. We produce it under very strict regulations because our manufacturing facility is over-the-counter drug registered, and then we test it again to make sure that the potency is there and that the manufacturing is 100% accurate. This is a key difference on a product that you can go buy at your large convenience store and ARIIX Nutritionals. And Dr. Strand, I know you have something to say about certifications.
Well, yeah, you know, being involved in a specialist in nutritional medicine, the greatest problem for me as a physician is I was really entering basically an unregulated market. The FDA looks at nutritional supplements like they look at foods. Now, they're trying to raise the bar, and they've established dietary supplement standards for good manufacturing practices, but it's not the level that I as a physician want. I'm used to prescribing medication. And so I wanted a facility that was not only FDA registered, but that was drug certified. And that's what OTC means. And I also wanted them to be compliant with USP. I want to make sure our capsules and everything dissolved. And that's the thing that I look at, because I know my patients can get a health benefit from these supplements. So I want to know if they're going to spend their time, their money, and effort, they're actually going to be receiving what I want them to. And you have to get to this level. If you're not at this level, you have no assurance. And it sets us apart. We are up. The only greater level is if you are a pharmaceutical company producing pharmaceutical drugs. That's the only level above what our manufacturing facility is.
You know, you said something that I think is really important. You said USP with our capsules and our dissolve rate, and I want everybody to know that we chose capsules. You see, I believe the greatness is in the details, and we chose capsules over tablets because, first of all, tablets is the least expensive way to make nutritionals on the market, but it is not the consumer preference because they're harder to swallow. And our capsules are pharmaceutical-grade capsules that have a dissolve rate of 1 minute and 33 seconds. It is much more expensive to make products in capsules, but we don't care about those things. We care about the results. We care about consumer preference. We care about the fact that capsules are really the way to go, especially if you have any customers that have any type of digestive disorder issues, because they have a very quick dissolve rate and allow the nutrients inside to just be dispersed and do their job. I'd like you to know also here at ARIIX, we're going to continue to get certified. We are currently halal certified, which is for any of the Muslim community, and we are also working with BSCG. That is the banned substance control group that works with semi-pro, pro, Olympic athletes to assure that our products are free of any substances that are on the anti-doping list. Currently, BSCG has certified our Optimals and RestoreX, and we will be working through the rest of our products to be certified by them as well. So we want to make sure that we can service the professional, the elite, the Olympic athletes of the world, and people just feel really assured knowing that we're taking every step possible to make sure that you're getting the best products on the market. So let's talk about our products a little bit. This is our current product line. And we've been in business for about 1.5 years, and we are expanding. I mean, I just had a meeting today with one of our formulators, and we have 4 additional products that are in the formulation production phase, which we're very excited about. I won't talk too much about those because I give away all the secrets. So I'm going to keep a few secrets because we'll be doing some big announcements and launching of new products coming up. But this is our current product line, which is actually an incredible product line. And every product has a purpose. And when we're thinking about a product, we think about this system. We look at the cell in your body, and we want to keep the cell healthy. We want to prevent the cell from being sick. So when we look at our products and how they fit into a system, it's all designed to help to keep the cell healthy. And one of the core foundations of our product line is our vitamins and minerals, which quite honestly shouldn't be called vitamins and minerals because they are so much more. They are our optimals. They have an antioxidant blend, a metabolism blend, a super plant blend, a trace mineral blend. It is a comprehensive spectrum of vitamins, minerals, nutrients, antioxidants, all designed to maintain healthy cellular function. And Dr. Strand was critical. He played a huge role in the development of this product. And Dr. Strand, I'd really like to explain to everybody, have you explain to everybody on the call tonight, what is the difference between our Optimals and a one-a-day you could get at the grocery store, or a vitamin you could get over at Costco? Really, what makes these special?
Well, what I recommend you could never get it in a one-a-day vitamin. One-a-day vitamins are based on RDA levels, which have nothing to do with chronic degenerative disease. We all know that it's not sufficient. Studies show us that. I want my patients taking all of these nutrients, these essential nutrients, at their optimal or advanced levels, those levels that have been shown to provide a health benefit. And then to go out and think you're going to get it at your Walmarts or Kmarts or your health food store. You're not going to, because the beauty is that ARIIX has brought these all together in two bottles and provide what I call cellular nutrition. That's providing all of these essential nutrients at their optimal or advanced levels, or those levels that have been shown to provide a health benefit in our medical literature. There's a health benefit of my patients who take the ARIIX Optimals, and so it is wonderful. It is convenient. You know, physicians are always concerned about convenience. If anybody's read my books, I have 2 pages that list the nutrients that are essential to develop cellular nutrition. But what I like about the Optimals, and you alluded to it, Deanna, is you have put more in ARIIX Optimals than I've seen in any other product, similar product. We have grapeseed extract. We have resveratrol, alpha-lipoic acid. These are very expensive nutrients. Most companies won't even go there. They're just too expensive. But then you start to look at our fruit blend and our super plant blend. These contain whole foods that offer even more than what I recommend. So the ARIIX Optimals not only meet my criteria to provide the cellular nutrition, they exceed it. And I don't know of any other company that is even close to what you're getting in the ARIIX Optimals.
You know, Dr. Strand, it's like 15 products in one. You know, I don't know that people understand that there's nutrients to support neurological health and eye health and bone health and heart health and skin health, and that there's so much in these products, and they're designed to be taken in the morning and the evening because we want you to die young at a very old age, and we want to help you do that through prevention. And, you know, Dr. Strand, there's so much in this. You'd have to go out and buy so many other individual products just to make the Optimals, right?
Well, that's right. And Deanna, you know, we do our medical research by looking at one nutrient at a time. We might do a study on vitamin E and the next one on vitamin D and the next one on selenium or magnesium. You know, but you know, antioxidants work in different areas of the body against different free radicals. It's all about balance. You want to have enough antioxidants on board to handle the number of free radicals that you're making. But the key thing is that you have to understand we want my patients to have everything. These all work together. They work synergistically. A lot of people don't realize vitamin C replenishes vitamin E, so it can be used over and over and over again. The alpha-lipoic acid that we have in our product actually regenerates vitamin E and that very potent intracellular glutathione. Now, this may sound, you know, technical, but what we're doing is we're really taking a superfood when you take the optimals, because they work together, and it's not only makes it safer, but 1 + 1 is not 2. It becomes 10, 20, 30, and that is the key when it comes to protecting your health.
You know, I want you all to, on the phone, to know something about me. I am constantly called difficult, and I'm okay with that. Our formulators, our manufacturer, our chemists, they say, Deanna, you're so difficult, because I believe greatness is in the details. You look at a lot of other companies out there, and they're using what's called excipients or flow agents. These are chemicals used in the industry to keep things together or to bind them or to help everything just move through the tubes. They're non-nutritive ingredients that are in your supplementation because they're needed in the manufacturing process. Well, I challenged our chemist early on, day one. I said, we're not going to be like everybody else. Everybody else making capsules is using magnesium stearate. I don't want to use it. It's a non-nutritive chemical used in the production. And they said, oh, Deanna, you're so difficult. Well, we have to use this. I said, no, just because everybody's doing it doesn't mean we're going to do it. Because if you do what everybody else is doing, you're going to get what everybody else gets. And greatness is in the details. So we worked with our chemist and we worked with the manufacturing process, and we figured out that we could get the same results using rice bran, which has B cofactors, and it served the purpose, and it has nutrients. So when other companies are using chemicals in their manufacturing process, we're using whole food nutrition, and it made it difficult for our guys. But guess what? I don't believe in the theory that 99% of the ingredients in your supplement is great, but 1% is not. I want to make sure that all of us all over the world standing up on stage in somebody's living room talking about our products can feel so fantastic about everything, right down to the little details of the capsule, of anything used within manufacturing, that we can feel confident that we've got the best of the best. So the optimals are core to our program. We believe everybody should be on them, and honestly, you know, Dr. Strand, you've seen all types of amazing results, correct? Can you give us one example?
Well, yeah, you know, I have seen so much better health results in my patients since beginning to recommend ARIIX products. And one lady I have that I've been working with had developed Lyme's disease, and even though she was basically cured through a year of antibiotics of her Lyme's disease, she was left with a chronic fatigue state, and she has spent 11 years going to see alternative doctors, going to medical centers, going everywhere, and she could never get her health back. And it was really a discouraging thing. And she wanted to try the ARIIX products, and I got her on them. And within months, her energy returned, her health returned, and she is so excited. Think about it. She has pretty much been disabled for the last 11 years. I am seeing how potent these are. I get the privilege, Deanna, that I get to see the results of your hard work and being really concerned about the details. And I have to say, this is why I'm in nutritional medicine. I've seen things, and I could go on. I could share dozens of stories of what I've seen, not only in my own family, like I shared with my wife, but in the people around me. And a lot of people, Deanna, have been taking what they thought were really high-quality products. And they go to the ARIIX, and they're seeing results they've never seen in the improvement of their health. So I feel that this is something that everybody needs. You know, this is a healthy lifestyle because you're not only getting the antioxidants, you're getting the supporting B vitamins and the supporting minerals, so that by taking every day the optimals, within 6 months you're going to replenish any deficiency, nutritional deficiency, and you're going to bring all the supporting nutrients up to their optimal levels. That's what makes my life easier, is because of the company like ARIIX, who has put it together for me. I don't have to worry about it. I just get my patients on them. Life is simple, and they get to enjoy the health results by staying with these products. It must be a lifestyle.
You know, remember everybody, Dr. Strand has said something really important, that, you know, within 6 months you replenish any deficiency you might have. And the damage your system will endure from a nutrient deficiency is hundreds of times greater than any damage caused by radiation or chemicals. So it's key. Now, moving on. In the United States, we can travel around and we can notice that it is, unfortunately, normal to be overweight. We have an obesity epidemic that is hitting teenagers and young kids and college kids and, you know, older adults, and everywhere you go we're seeing, you know, people with a little too much. And it's not about a beauty contest, because skinny people fall over and die every day. The optimals play a very important role in our weight loss system, but we have a product that is actually designed to accelerate weight loss and make it simple. And you see, it's SlenderX and Accelerate. And weight loss is really important to me because, as I told you before, I was 65 pounds heavier than I am now, and I was actually an 11-year bulimic. For 11 years, I was so messed up, not understanding how to control my weight, really did dramatic amount of damage to my system, to my esophagus, to my teeth, to my bones, to my mental state, because I felt like I had no control over my weight. And I've met young women all over the world who've been in my situation, and I've met men and women older who still suffer from body image issues. So at ARIIX, we wanted to develop a product that would help make weight loss simple for folks, that would be a well-rounded, comprehensive product to help people get the body they desired and bring their health back. Because it's not just about looking a certain way, it's actually about bringing health back. Now, I'd like to show you this picture. You know what this is? This is 5 pounds of fat. 5 pounds. Only 5 pounds. And when you look at the clinical literature about the dangers of having excess fat on your body, it is shocking. Dr. Strand, tell us just how dangerous it is to have too much fat on our body.
Well, the fat that occurs around our middle, central weight gain, central obesity, we as physicians now are calling this killer fat, because it's associated with a lot of dangerous things like elevated blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, triglycerides, the other fat in the blood going up, the good cholesterol going down. Obviously, these people are at high risk to not only develop diabetes, but also heart disease. So it's just a sign we look at. And so when we see someone coming in with an expanding waist size, we're not sitting there thinking, oh, we're worried about the cosmetic look. We're concerned about their health, because when you tip over into this abnormal metabolic state called the metabolic syndrome or prediabetes, your arteries are actually aging a third faster than they should. In other words, for every third birthday, add a fourth year. And that's what concerns me. And we, as a medical community, we need to be treating this earlier with these intensive lifestyle changes, which is what SlenderX and Accelerate, you know, it's a whole lifestyle management system that just happens to have a side effect of rapid weight loss, which is exciting for most people. But as a physician, I'm excited because their health is improving.
Exactly. And, you know, and as a woman who suffered from being overweight for so long, you know, just the emotional stress that surrounded not feeling, that surrounded me. You know, I was so emotional. I was a wreck, not feeling good in my own skin. Not only are we helping people get the body that they want, but it has a tremendous emotional effect as well. And I'm sure those of you on the webinar tonight know somebody who's like that, who doesn't feel good in their own skin, doesn't feel good to go down to the beach in a bathing suit, and nobody should have to go through life like that. Well, when you look at other products on the market today, you're going to notice that most products in the weight loss industry are designed simply to curb your appetite. But that causes a problem, you see, because if you follow what happens with most dieters, whatever program they go on, they get on a diet, metabolism slows down, they lose their weight, they get off the diet, they gain it back. And it creates this very vicious cycle that, quite frankly, put me into years and years and years of not only depression about my body, but caused me to do really harmful things like bulimia for almost 11 years. When we decided to bring out a weight loss product program, a complete program, we wanted it to be comprehensive. So we looked at everything. What's going on? What is going on? Why do people get fat? And there's lots of different reasons why we get fat, and everybody feels different about it. So we wanted to create something that was formulated for lasting success, that helped actually support the body's natural ability to get back in balance. Now, SlenderX is a homeopathic. And when you look into what homeopathics are, they're really fantastic. They are designed to bring the body back to homeostasis, to bring the body back to balance. When you bring the body into balance, a beautiful thing happens. You start to lose weight. The product helps curb your appetite, helps flush fat, works with your cravings. It makes weight loss simple. And here's the key. When used with our product line, when used in the program, it nutritionally rebalances you. We don't want you just to look great in a bathing suit on the outside. We want your inside to be great. And SlenderX is only one part of the program. Accelerate is an additional product that comes in the box, and Accelerate is just beautiful itself. It's a mix of methyl form of B12 and biotin for your brain health, and helps optimize your metabolism and restores your energy and helps support your digestion, your liver, and your hair and your nails. Why? Because when people lose weight, especially women, they can end up losing some of their hair or their nails get brittle. So we look at the entire process and try to provide supportive nutrients so that you have the best possible results. And you know what? Going on a weight loss program, trying to change your body and your life can be stressful. I know. I lived through years and years of stress around this. So we wanted to also offer some stress support. And we added two really beautiful herbs that come from Ayurvedic medicine, which is very traditional Indian medicine that's been used for hundreds and hundreds of years within that country, to help alleviate some stress, to give you a sense of well-being. Ashwagandha, Roleota, Rosea. And we added, I like saying those actually, and we added those because we want a comprehensive program. And you know what? The program is working great. Before the formula came to us, it had been tested on over 9,000 consumers. And then we ran our own clinical trial. And you know what? The Dr. Marlisa Hurt, one of our other doctors on our board who ran that trial, it was amazing results. 90% of the clinical trial participants reached their weight loss goals. That is unheard of. And the last 10% were only about 2 to 3 pounds away from their goal. It exceeded expectations for everyone involved in that trial. And when you look at the results, on average, women lost 1/2 pound a day using the program, and men lost 2/3 of a pound using the program. And it's about making it simple. And Dr. Strand, I know you've had some patients on the program and seen great results, correct?
Oh yeah, I mean this is amazing. When you use SlenderX and Accelerate, you accelerate essentially the whole process. And people, you know, that have been struggling with weight problems their entire life, you know, they need all the help they can get. I'm dealing with people who are looking at gastric bypass surgery. We're working with a gentleman who weighed 325 pounds, was looking just to go to gastric bypass, decided, well, I'm going to try this program. I'll give it my best shot before going to surgery. Well, we're out 10 weeks. He's down 60 pounds. I mean, he is thrilled. But here's the key, Deanna. You know, what I've been seeing with this whole entire program, ARIIX is not interested in just weight loss. They want a lifestyle. Because what good does it do to lose the weight and quickly gain it back? In fact, when you look at the medical literature, diets fail 98% of the time because people gain their weight back if they're able to lose any within 2 years. And why would ARIIX want to develop another diet that's going to fail 98% of the time? This is why they know lifestyles. They're giving the support of not only all of our products, but we're actually correcting the cause of obesity and diabetes, which is key in improving health. And that's the balance you talk about, because our bodies get out of balance because we tip into this abnormal metabolic state called the metabolic syndrome, which is because of insulin resistance. And everything we're doing is improving our sensitivity to our own insulin. So that's why we really promote eating a healthy diet that doesn't spike your blood sugar, that we actually want people to exercise, take nutritional supplements along with taking SlenderX and Accelerate to accelerate this whole process. So I've always told my patients that, yes, weight loss is great, but keeping it off is priceless, and that's what ARIIX can offer.
And you know, Dr. Strand said something that I want to reiterate. We aren't just about getting you to look great in that bathing suit. We really, really want you to know what a good day feels like every day. And that is why we don't just provide a product, but we help provide education. So people start to change their lifestyle, that they don't accept what is normal, but they move to what is actually natural and their body's potential. And you know what? We have people all over the world, real people with real results everywhere. You know, a funny part of my job, I get pictures in my email box every day of people all over the world, Japan, Taiwan, China, Canada, Mexico, Portugal, Germany, Africa, who are on our products and have lost weight. And I get pictures of people in their bathing suits and their underwear from all over the world, before and after photos. It's a funny little part of my job. But these are real people, real results, whose lives have been changed. I'm going to show you a few. Here, before I do that, I want to compare this. This is really important. I almost forgot about it. We want you to slim your body, not your wallet. Look at the other big programs out there. The big three, Weight Watchers, Nutrisystem, Jenny Craig. When you look at the independent research that was done on those three programs, and they estimated what the price is per pound lost, look at the numbers. Weight Watchers is $97 a pound. Nutrisystem, $139 a pound. Jenny Craig is running $174 a pound. That's an expensive pound. When you take our clinical pack program, which is take it all, everything home, our Omega Qs, our Rejuvenex, our Optimals, our Pure Nourish, I mean, you're taking everything home, plus our SlenderX and Accelerate, we are running at $25 a pound. So slim your body, not your wallet. Let's look at these real people, real results. First, let's look at Chris. Chris is awesome. She lost 68.8 pounds using the Slenderize program. Chris, she didn't think that she could get her body back where she wanted, you know, and she's a typical older woman who put on weight over the years and just thought that this was what the rest of her life was going to be like. And Chris, we're so proud of her because her results are amazing, and we are so grateful to have her be a part of our team. Let's look at Lynn Allen Johnson, a personal friend who lost 36 pounds, and she had tried everything. I mean, she's like my twin sister. we share the same story, trying everything on the market to try to lose weight. I mean, I've spent enough money on weight loss products during my lifetime to probably put my child through college. Lynn Allen Johnson had done the same thing. She didn't think it was possible to get the body she wanted. And look at how fantastic she looks because she was on the Slender Eyes program. Then we've got Rick Billings. He's a fantastic person, and look at these results, 36 pounds using the Slender Eyes program. And you know what? I asked Rick today if he would come onto the webinar and just say hello and just tell everybody how great the system was for him. Rick, are you there?
Yes, Deanna. How are you?
Hi, Rick. Hey, do us a favor. You know, Rick, tell us where you're from. Tell us what this was like for you and just really how it's changed your life.
Well, I'm in Orlando, Florida, Deanna, and, you know, I've struggled with my weight for years, and I was a professional photographer in my first career and on the go all the time doing weddings and everything, and it's just, you know, when I got on this product, I was just totally blown away. As Dr. Strand said, you know, rapid weight loss. I lost 25 pounds in 25 days, my first 25 days. I was just blown away. I couldn't believe just the weight coming off every day, and obviously that's an exciting thing when that happens like that. I followed the program just exactly as you laid it out for us. Took the drops 3 times a day. It made a huge difference. One thing I noticed is that, you know, because I was 267, and one thing I noticed is that, you know, I struggle with acid reflux and taking, like, you know, over-the-counter Prilosec and stuff like that. When I started taking Slender, I had no acid reflux anymore. It went completely away. I just can't believe that. So, but one thing I will say is the most important thing about this is the outcome of what's happened, because I've understood, or I understand now how to eat better. And I think, as Dr. Strand said and you said earlier, it's so important to know that, you know, when you get up and you feel good and you're eating better, you're eating healthy, you know, it's exciting. It's very exciting, and we share it with so many people. So for that, I thank you and everybody at ARIIX.
You know what, Rick, you're a great example, and you have given your children the best gift you could give them, more of you, a healthier daddy, because you know what? You had what Dr. Strand said before. You had what's called that killer fat, the fat that hangs on the body, that goes around all those really important organs and is super dangerous, and, you know, the only person should have a belly like that is a pregnant woman. And you know, and look at what you've done. You have gotten your body back. You look younger, you feel better, and you gave your children the best blessing ever. More of you, a healthier dad. And Rick, thanks for being a great example of the ARIIX products and a fantastic leader for the company. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
So remember, we have a complete program. We have products that work together in synergy. And the next product I want to move on to is a product called RestoreX. Now, RestoreX is our detox. We want you to bring your cellular nutrition up. We want you to rid your body of that excess fat. But we also understand that our environment is highly polluted. When you look at our government studies, our EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, says that the indoor air pollution is 70% more toxic than outdoor air. We've been led to believe that these plug-in air fresheners and all the other chemicals we use in our house are okay and safe for us. But really, they get into our body and our bloodstream, and they're not good for us. So we wanted to create a daily detox, because when you look at the cord blood of infants all over the United States, what are you finding? Or in breast milk of mothers, you're finding arsenic and lead and mercury and all types of chemicals that honestly shouldn't be in those mothers. But our environment, our air quality is polluted. And we understand that detox is critical to longevity, and we really want you to live a long, long life. So we created this product called RestoreX. And RestoreX also plays a fundamental role in the Slender Eyes program. Let me show you why. Remember, Slender Eyes isn't a diet, it is a lifestyle. And you see, what happens is when we have excess fat in our bodies are really quite brilliant. It takes all the toxins in our system, and it takes those toxins and it stores it in our fatty tissue. Well, then when we lose weight, what happens? Take a look. You release those toxins, you mobilize them, and then your body has a lot of those different toxins that were stored in your fat. Your fat is kind of like a suitcase for those toxins, and then you release them into the body. Well, if you do like everybody else does in the weight loss industry, and you don't do some type of cellular cleansing or detox, the body really wants to put fat back on the system to just shuttle all those toxins back into those suitcases. So remember, we're about longevity. We want you to maintain this healthy lifestyle. We want you to move over to the body that really honestly is clean, is healthy. So when you release those toxins, we have a product that acts like a million little sponges going around the system, sucking up all those unwanted substances and taking them out, so you can understand that healthy really does look great. And Dr. Strand, you know, I know you have something to say about this as well.
Well, yeah, I look at ARIIX as a detox center in a bottle. I've sent many of my patients to detox centers. It costs $10,000 to $15,000 a week, and how now we've got a product that you can take right at your home and help detox. Because when you start losing weight and you start mobilizing these toxins, you got to get them out of the body, and that's where ARIIX comes in. You don't want them to redeposit in the body. You want to clean them out, because we know that heavy metals and toxins and all these actually increase the number of free radicals you're producing, make you much more vulnerable to these chronic degenerative diseases we're all trying to avoid. And so this is a key thing, and so it's the other side of the coin. We also realize that taking the optimals is going to allow you to nourish your body like you never have before, so you're going to be able to detox even better. But when you combine them, it is a true detox program. So we not only want to lose weight, we want to get the toxins out, we want to protect and maintain your health. And it is a wonderful product, and I think you need to share just some of the details better of how this product works.
Okay, I'll do that. And first, let me just kind of reiterate why it's important. We've got industry. The Yale cancer maps really put pollution on the map, for a lack of better words. What they did is they went around the United States and studied the highest levels of cancer. And then they went around, they studied the highest levels of pollution, and they put those two maps together. What happened? They matched. We know that industry releases heavy metals into our environment, releases heavy metals into our ground, goes into our foods, has gone into our water, it goes into our fish. And what happens is the human body, our detox mechanism, is unable to detoxify all those toxins. We know it. The medical literature tells us this, and so that is why we created, I love Dr. Strand's line, is a kind of a detox center in a bottle. It's designed to really be used every day. Let me tell you the best way to take it, because it is a green product. So when you mix it with a little bit of water and fresh lemon juice, stir it up and take a little detox shot in the morning or at night is the best way to take it. One of the main ingredients in ARIIX has many great ingredients, but one of the main ingredients is zeolite. And what zeolite is just this magnificent crystal, essentially, that is formed when lava, the ash from lava, hits seawater, salt water. And it takes hundreds and hundreds of years to create these really beautiful crystals. What's interesting about these crystals is they're highly unique. They are negative ions in the mineral world. And it was first discovered in Chernobyl when they dumped these crystals into the water that was exposed to radiation, and all the radiation kind of got sucked up into these crystals, and it cleaned the water out. Well, there's a doctor over in Austria called Dr. Pancheo who has received 2 patents on his zeolite, and this is where we get our zeolite. Now, an example on the details that matters, I could buy zeolite right here in Utah at our manufacturing facility for 1/10 of the price that I pay to bring it all the way in from Europe. Because the doctor who figured out how to micronize and process the zeolite that we use, figured out how to create more surface structure. So the zeolite is much more potent. And it's micronized in a way where it's very effective in the body. And essentially, when you look under a microscope, it's like a honeycomb. And it goes into the body acting like a sponge, completely safe and non-toxic, and it gathers up all those positive ions. And those positive ions are all the substances we don't want in our system. And this is one of many ingredients in the product. I mean, the product has ingredients that help balance your pH, that help deal with digestion, that help you have better breath. I mean, it is a beautiful product. Take it with a little lemon juice, water in the morning and in the evening, and you might experience remarkable results. But we're on the fast track tonight. I could talk well over an hour just on RestoreX, but let's move on. An important part of the program and to good health in general is water. And I don't know if you've seen on the news lately, but when you look on the news, there is growing concern that our water is so polluted with contaminants like birth control, heart medication, arsenic, lead, mercury. I mean, there are so many pharmaceuticals found in our water today, and it is very scary. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't want my 4-year-old son drinking water that is contaminated with birth control drugs. And when you look at the tap water all over the United States, you would be shocked. Honestly, you would be horrified to know what is in that water. And some people say, but I drink bottled water. Well, do you know that most bottled water is just tap water? And then that tap water is put in a plastic bottle that releases chemicals because it's exposed to heat and cold, and you're really actually doing more harm than good. So we understood at the company that water was critical to overall health and well-being. I mean, quite frankly, dehydration is the #1 reason for daytime fatigue. Here's a tip. Next time you go to the bathroom, take a look. If it's any more than light pale yellow in the middle of the day, then you're dehydrated. You know, you want to make sure that you have a very light, pale experience in the bathroom at least once, because that means you're properly hydrating your body. And when you properly hydrate your body, it really helps with all types of issues, especially with weight loss. I mean, Dr. Strand, how important is water to our overall health and well-being?
Well, I've always recommended, and I always believe that our patients, most of my patients are dehydrated. You know, we drink coffee, Cokes, tea. All of these are actually diuretics. So when you have coffee, you're actually getting more fluid out, and you become dehydrated. Water is critical for the function of every organ in the body, even our skin. You know, people start looking at swelling of their ankles and that. They don't realize that's really the first sign of dehydration. So I recommend at least, 6, 8 large glasses of purified water. Well, it's always hard for my patients to do that, but now purity can go right with you wherever you are. That you're as far away as tap water. Any tap water becomes purified because of this unique filter. And so in weight loss, in health, we need fluid, we need water. That's what the body desires. And like you say, we can live only a few minutes without air, and only about 5-6 days without water, and 40 days without food. So water is very, very critical for our health. And to have purified water readily available every minute of the day is such a wonderful thing to have available.
And you know what? For those of you who buy bottled water, when you use our purity system, essentially that bottled water, if you were to compare costs, would cost you about 12 cents. So every time, that's my way of saying it, it takes about 300 bottles of water to use up one of the filters. And take a look at what you're doing to the landfill. 300 plastic bottles of water versus one little itty bitty filter. And I just met with the engineer who is really behind our filter yesterday. And every time I meet with him, I'm re-inspired because there is nothing on the market, and I'll yell it from a mountaintop. There is nothing on the market like our filter today. If you go into an REI, you will get a filter that relies on 1, maybe 2 technologies. If you go into any other store and you buy a filter, you will get something that relies on 1, maybe 2 technologies. Our filter is 3 technologies. Our engineer, who has been in the water filtration business for just over 20 years, there is nothing like it on the market. It is patented. You could dip it into any water source. You can go up on a hike in a river. It is perfect if you have any type of disaster preparation. It is, you know, you take it, I take it through the airports. I've drank water in China, in Japan, in Mexico, in a disgusting lake in Mexico. You use it in any tap, anywhere. And you are assuring yourself that you are not getting exposed to these contaminants. Find a portable filter on the market today that you don't have to add chemicals to, that you don't have to pump, that deals with chlorine and viruses and bacteria and contaminants like pharmaceuticals. Try to find one. I challenge you, that deals with everything that our filter does. You will not find one on the market today. It is revolutionary, and we are continuing to expand this purity line. So be looking in the next year or so for more tabletop and counter and shower pieces that will work within the purity line, because we understand that great health is what you put in your body, what you drink, who you hang around with, you know, the foods, detox. There's so many components, and we want to make sure that we offer products that fit into all of those areas. Okay, moving on, because we're on the fast track to every product tonight, to our Pure Nourish. Now, Pure Nourish is, I don't know if there's any mothers on this webinar tonight, but I'm a mama too, and I'm a crazy workaholic, and to have something that's convenient that I can just mix with water or almond milk or coconut milk or blend up with a piece of fruit that my kids like, that I can take, that is on the go, is important to me. And when we developed Pure Nourish, it was a challenge, I got to tell you, because I really want my kids to be proud of me. I never want to jeopardize my integrity, because if you came into my house, and maybe one day you will, and you looked in my pantry and you looked in my refrigerator, you will not see a bag of Skittles. You won't see me eat McDonald's in the closet. I've spent 16 years, you know, detoxing my body and making sure that my house is really healthy. I have little 2 California kids that eat seaweed. So I am the oddball, but I want to make sure that I created a product that tasted great, but was also clean. It's 100% vegetable protein. It's gluten-free. It's soy-free. It's GMO-free. It's no artificial flavors or colors, because I don't give them to my kids. I'm not going to give them to you. It's low glycemic, and it's dairy-free. And when you look at our incredible blend of protein, we have protein from the American cranberry seed. And it's 23 to 30% protein, has a full amino acid profile. We have pea protein, which honestly, it's very high retention of protein, 98%. So it's really excellent at also regulating the appetite. And we have an almond protein. Lots of people have heard about almonds, the benefits of almonds, and there's lots of research on the benefits of almonds. But you know, Dr. Strand also played a huge role in the formulation of Pure Nourish, and we are also expanding this line, and we're almost finished with our formula for our Pure Nourish Natural. And so, Dr. Strand, just tell us what you think of Pure Nourish.
Well, Pure Nourish to me is the unbelievable product. I use this all the time with my patients, and the main reason is because, you know, trying to change people's lifestyles is so difficult. And I use Pure Nourish as a behavioral modification tool, because you have done the work for them. You've combined the good carbohydrates, the good fats, and the good proteins. It is a balanced meal replacement. You've taken out, you know, the soy, the you know, as far as gluten and dairy, and you've added the digestive enzymes and all the probiotics. It's a wonderful meal replacement, but also my patients can quickly experience a healthy lifestyle with their eating. The medical literature shows that even after one meal of Pure Nourish, what happens is insulin levels begin to drop, and the glucagon, that opposite hormone, that fat-releasing hormone, comes up. Your cravings start to go away. You start to improve insulin sensitivity just because you're eating healthy. And so I use them as meal replacements and getting people into this. And you can add frozen fruit. You can take it with almond milk or coconut milk or water, and you have a wonderful meal replacement that works wonderful with SlenderX and Accelerate because it doesn't contain that many calories. And so they all work together, Deanna.
And Dr. Strand said something really important. You can use it just with water as a snack, or you can add your fruits. You can even add some nuts and seeds, almond milk, coconut milk, rice milk, whatever you'd like, and you can turn into a meal as well. And we're excited about the Pure Nourish the Foods line, and we are expanding that as well. Right now, as we speak, we are working on that line. Let's move on, because there's no way we'll get through everything unless I keep this moving forward, to one of my very favorite products. Actually, a product I took 3 of this afternoon because last night I traveled. I didn't get home till 12:30 in the morning, and I travel all over the world. And just recently I did 12 cities in 14 days and 3 countries, 2 presentations a day. And without Rejuvenex, I would not have functioned. And last night, I got home after traveling at 12:30 in the morning, and, I have a 4-year-old. And any of you moms on the phone know what it's like when you have a 4-year-old. They don't care if you're tired. At 6 a.m., they're awake, and you're awake too, and you're excited to be awake with them. And Rejuvenex really saves me on days like this. It is concentrated superfruits with natural energy enhancers. I did not believe we could make healthy energy in a bottle. I did not think it was possible, but we have done it. We have done it. I think you could build an entire business around this product. It is formulated to increase energy without causing a crash or a letdown, and that is fantastic. You look at what our teenagers and our college students and even young adults and older adults, all these energy drinks they're drinking, they're such garbage, and they're so bad for you. But we created a product with concentrated superfruits plus the natural energy enhancers, and you put that together, you've got all these beautiful antioxidants and energy. I mean, I was just talking to a gentleman the other day who literally said to me, Deanna, I think I could build my entire business just around Rejuvenex. And I said, I know. I hear it over and over. There's nothing like it on the market today. Dr. Strand, what's your experience with this?
Well, it's a wonderful product, and the thing that I like about it, just because the way it's put together, you don't have the highs, you don't have the lows, and so you get a very wonderful, smooth feeling of energy and well-being. And what happens is that in the marketplace, with the 5-day energy or the 5-hour energy and jolt and all the stimulants, we're starting to see, and I read a study that ER visits due to these energy drinks has gone up 1,000% just in the last 2 years. But now you have this balance. We've got a choice with Rejuvenex, and the beautiful thing is I told you it takes 6 months on the optimals to replenish all this. Well, you're going to know and feel the difference within the first hour on Rejuvenex, and it's wonderful. Your focus, your concentration. Anytime you feel fatigued or down, don't reach for a cup of Java or that energy drink. Take Rejuvenex and experience how wonderful it is, and it's a healthy energy.
Yeah, and I really wish I could tell you so many stories about Rejuvenex because I have a lot of stories to tell, but let's just look at the L-theanine, which is an amino acid with tons of clinical data that shows that it helps with concentration. We have college kids that really are telling us they've got better concentration than they've ever had on the product. And we will do a Rejuvenex webinar, 30 minutes just on Rejuvenex, so you could learn all the incredible details about it. But to keep on time integrity tonight, we've got to move on. Let's move on to our Omega Q, which I call our dynamic duo. ARIIX Omega Q is a blend of essential omega fatty acids and CoQ10, and which are really the most incredible ingredients on earth for overall health and well-being, and really designed to help support heart and brain function. And they play a critical role in our Slenderize program as well. And remember, it all works together synergistically to help the body get back into balance. And I know that this is a product that you love as well, Dr. Strand.
Well, yes, it is, and I tell you, we know that inflammation is the biggest enemy to the body, but the essential fats, the omega-3, actually become our natural anti-inflammatories in our body, and we need that. We're deficient in it. So we need to be supplementing that to cut down this inflammation. CoQ10, and you'll talk about this too, is the spark of the cell. It's responsible for over 90% of the energy production in each cell, and we'll talk a little more about that. But both these put together for heart health and just inflammation in the body, it's a wonderful product, and I really believe it is one of the essential products that people should be taking.
You know, I want to show you our product. I hear from people, well, I can just go down to Costco and I can get myself some fish oil. I say, well, you enjoy that fish oil, but you also enjoy the hexene that's in that fish oil. So enjoy the little bit of flammable chemical that's mixed right in there with your fish oil. You see, when I came on board with ARIIX, I was like, we're not doing fish oil. Because remember, the supplement industry is kind of dirty. I'm super transparent. You ask me a question, I can't help myself, I'm telling you. I'm the worst. I can't even keep secrets. And so I am not a fan of fish oil. Because the way you look at the way fish oil is distilled, it's a distillation process, and we've really messed up our oceans, and our fish are polluted with heavy metals. We don't want those heavy metals in your body. Well, governments all over the world have set standards for fish oil heavy metal contaminants, and it's very strict standards. They don't want heavy metals in that fish oil either because it's not good for you. So they use a chemical called hexene, which is a solvent, and they wash it into the fish oil, and they take it out, and it binds all those heavy metals, and it gets all those heavy metals out of the fish oil. The problem is some of that chemical stays in the fish oil. Well, remember, I don't like a lot of good with a little bad. I like all good. So we weren't going to do a fish oil until we found the sweetest company up in Canada that's family-owned, that uses fish oil from sardines and anchovies that is already very low in heavy metals, and they have a patented process that uses enzymes, natural enzymes, to wash into the fish oil to grab the contaminants and take it out. So when we found them, who were truly unique in the market, and you know what, something that's really beautiful about them, because we care about the planet, we care about our footprint and what we're doing to help, you know, with recycling efforts as well. And they use the extra fish parts and turn it into biofuel in their facility. So these are the type of people that we do business with, that we buy our raw materials with, because those relationships are very important to us. But it guarantees you that our fish oil is pure, and it does not have that chemical that other fish oils that you can buy down at Costco have. It's what makes us different. What makes us unique, and what lets you walk around proud knowing that what we have to offer is safe. Okay, keeping on time, let's move on to our next product, Venali. Boy, I don't know if I'd be able to keep myself healthy without Venali as I travel the world. Venali is a very powerful trifecta. It is grapeseed extract, vitamin C, and acerola cherry. And you know, let me give you an example. I can buy grapeseed extract from China if I want to at a fraction of the price where I buy my grapeseed extract. I buy my grapeseed extract from a company in Indina in Italy that has a family-grown grapes that use very specific grapes without any pesticides or chemicals, and it is beautiful stuff, and we get incredible results. And I know Venali is a product that Dr. Strand could spend an entire 2 hours on talking about, and so I'll give you a moment to talk about Venali, Dr. Strand. Dr. Strand? I'm not sure what happened.
I'm sorry. Venali is a great product, and I've just had such wonderful health results in my practice, and there's several reasons. Grapeseed extract, especially our Venali, is 50 times more potent than vitamin C and vitamin E as an antioxidant. So it's a very potent antioxidant. But it also is a natural anti-inflammatory. And remember, it adds to decreasing inflammation in our body. But what a lot of people don't realize, it's a natural anti-allergen. It literally helps with allergies, and we have so much allergies because of our exposure. Then we turn around, and because it's a small molecule, it can penetrate all the tissues of the body, and especially around the brain, eyes, and nerves. And like you know very well, Deanna, it penetrates the skin. It helps build collagen. It also is a very, very wonderful nutrient when used together synergistically. It improves insulin sensitivity. So I could go on and on of why it's so wonderful. But I tell you, this kind of antioxidant, it's an enhancer. My patients who may be struggling with other health issues, I can add this to the optimals and even to the omega Q, and they have wonderful health benefits, and I just feel it's an essential part. In fact, this was a critical aspect of my decision to go with ARIIX, because once I understood how wonderful and where they got their raw grapeseed extract, I mean, let's face it, Deanna, you're spending twice as much as the next best company that produces grapeseed extract. And I'll be honest with you, in my previous company, I didn't know where they got their raw materials, and you're so open to share with anybody where we get ours. That's unusual. Most companies want to protect it, thinking it's a trade secret. But really, it gives them, you know, the ability and at least the opportunity to lower the quality of their raw materials, not ARIIX. And that's why I'm so excited about this company.
Well, you know, I appreciate that, Dr. Strand. You know what? I am open. I'm an open book. My daddy taught me young. He said, Deanna, you can ask anybody any question you want to ask, and then they are going to make the choice whether they want to answer or not. And honestly, ask away, folks, because I am so proud of where we get our ingredients that we are unique in the market. Other people hold on to that information. They say things like, oh, it's against company policy to tell you where it comes from. And I think, well, why is it against company policy unless you have something to hide? I don't have anything to hide. And let me tell you, my daughter suffers from seasonal allergies, and this really, Benali's amazing for her. Because of my travel, sometimes my immune system can be a little weak, and Benali keeps me healthy on the road and, you know, healthy against colds and flus. And, you know, ladies on the phone, this is beauty in a bottle, because you want to know the best side effect, and Dr. Strand just touched on it. Grapeseed extract bonds to collagen. And when it bonds to collagen over time, you know what that does? It makes the skin look firmer and younger. Well, I can see the orders flowing through because it is a natural skin beauty enhancer, and that's a beautiful side effect. Okay, moving on to, we've got 2 more products left. Thanks for staying with us. Almost everybody has stayed with us this entire time. 2 more products left. Our next one is BioPro-Q. My favorite product. Now, I love the weight loss. I love everything, right? But BioPro-Q, yeah, when you look at the research of the main ingredient that we use, which is ubiquinol, and get from a really amazing company called Konica, who has a patent on it, is just really, it's a beautiful ingredient. And when you understand what that ingredient can do for you, you too will want to take BioPro-Q by the bottle. Dr. Strand, let's talk about this for a minute.
Well, BioPro-Q is one of my favorite products. CoQ10, we know, is the source of energy within every cell of the body. And the problem is the high energy cells like the heart, the brain, the immune system, they get depleted in CoQ10. Drugs that we prescribe, like statin drugs, blocks the production of CoQ10. So it can lower CoQ10 levels up in the 70 to 80% level. And so many people, as we age, the CoQ10 level goes down. So when you take BioPro-Q in the ubiquinol form, this is the active form. And I used to use a ubiquinone form, which is oxidized, very difficult to absorb. And I do a lot of blood levels in my practice, because in my heart failure patients, in my patients who are suffering from cancer or neurodegenerative disease, I've got to get the CoQ10 levels up. And I just couldn't do it with the ubiquinone form. I mean, unless they were taking 10, 15 of their capsules, and people just couldn't afford it. So when ARIIX was developing this product and they asked me, what form do you want? I said, I want to use the ubiquinol form, because the medical literature shows that it is much more absorbable. In fact, studies show it's absorbed 4 to 10 times greater than that ubiquinone form, which has to then be converted to the ubiquinol form anyway. And so it is the greatest booster of our immune system, our great protector. It supports our heart health. and just everything in the body. And so my feeling is once you start to see the quality of products and what we have available, this is one of the most wonderful products in protecting and maintaining our health. And I just love this product. And you know, to be honest with you, I find that it costs my patients much less now, because I can accomplish these blood levels with just 1 or 2 BioPro-Q. And trust me, if you go out to Walmart and you say, oh, they've got the ubiquinol form, we know what the raw cost of that material is to be getting ubiquinol, and they can't even get the raw products for what they're selling it. So you know they don't have the level of ubiquinol in their capsules or tablets that they say is on the label. And so this is where it becomes very important to be using nutritionals from a company you can trust and that will guarantee their products, and they're being developed in a certified drug facility. That's what's key, and why ARIIX we're going to start to see, and we are already seeing the health benefits that I've never seen before.
You know, Dr. Chen said something that's really key here. 1 BioPro-Q essentially equals like 4 bottles of CoQ10. And here's the thing, it can even be more, because as you age, you take traditional CoQ10 and your body can't convert it to the absorbable type of CoQ10, which is ubiquinol. It can't make that conversion, and you end up wasting everything you're taking. If you know anyone on a statin drug, because you love them, because you want them to live a long life, make sure they take this product. And how many people are in statin drugs? You know, I've been a keynote speaker for the American Heart Association, and I've worked with Go Red for Women, which just happened in February. And ladies, you might be worried about breast cancer. You might be worried about other problems, but heart disease is the #1 killer of men and women. And so many people are on these statin drugs that lower the blood levels of ubiquinol in your body, and we know that that is dangerous. You know anybody in that situation, please, because you love them, help them by exposing them to BioPro-Q. Okay. Moving on, and I can't believe we've done it in like an hour and a half. I've got 1 product left, and then we'll wrap it up. We might be a couple minutes over. We have a new liquid nutrition, and a new liquid nutrition that has been basically launched in Europe and will be launched in the United States very soon, which we call MOA. And MOA stands for the mother of all, because when you look at what a lot of the juice liquid nutrition products on the market today, they focus on 1 ingredient, maybe 2, maybe 3, but we've got the mother of all, MOA. And MOA is an incredible whole food liquid nutrition blend with a beautiful blend of mushrooms, medicinal mushrooms, and turmeric and aloe vera and seaweed and black seed, and ingredients from all over the planet that have been prized for centuries for their healing properties. Just the maitake in our product alone has 2 patents, and it has been clinically tested in the United States and in Japan, and it is remarkable ingredient. Well, you look at these ingredients, who's going to want to drink a mushroom juice? Not many people. So in creating MOA, we took these fantastic ingredients. You know, you hear from our government, eat a rainbow. And we wanted a liquid nutrition that was really the whole spectrum, that provided micronutrients from foods from all over the planet. And MOA is interesting because it's got a little kick to it, it's got a bit of a punch, and it has got ingredients that are extremely powerful for immune health. It's got all these ingredients, and then we also have this entire array of superfruits and beautiful fruits that you might be familiar with, you know, like pomegranate and mango and peach and cranberry and plum, but it has unique fruits like mangosteen and acai or noni, but bergamot. Let's look at bergamot on the top. That comes from Greece and is prized for its ability to help support good cholesterol levels. And so MOA is a really great liquid nutrition blend that we will be introducing into the United States very soon. We will be excited to have you try it. So that is our current product line, which we are continually expanding with the goal of giving you elite products that you can build a fantastic business around. And we're not about cures, we're about prevention. We want you to die young at a very old age. And you know, I want to end my part by introducing you to two monkeys. I'd like you to meet Canto. Canto was a part of a research study, and he lived his entire life at a university. And Canto was on a calorie-restricted diet, a very specific diet, high nutrients, and Canto's a healthy monkey. Honestly, his skin is good, he's aging well, he's got good posture, he's an energetic monkey. He might look happy, but he's happy, and his blood work shows he's healthy as he looks. And now I want you to look at his brother, Owen. Now, he just looks a little mad, doesn't he? Owen was raised on the diet of the typical active human male in the United States, age 36. Now, Owen is normal. He's not aging well. His posture has been affected by arthritis. His skin is wrinkled. His hair is falling out. He is frail. He moves slow. His blood work shows very unhealthy levels of glucose and triglycerides. Owen is like the normal in the United States. This is what we think of as normal. And so I want you to ask yourself tonight, which monkey are you? And if you're Owen, know that you can switch around because the body's remarkable. It's regenerating itself. And you can make a choice to live a lifestyle like a Canto. Because remember, it might be normal to break down and deteriorate and to get fat and not feel good, but it is not natural. And people think, wow, I got healthy, I feel so great. It was such a gift to my body. But you know what? It is not just a gift to your body. When my dad turned around his health, the man I love more than anybody on this planet, changed his life so that he met his grandbabies. I thank God every day that my dad did that for me, because the best gift he ever gave me was more of him. And when you give yourself health, you decide to live a life of prevention, it is the most selfless, loving thing that you can do for everybody around you. And you know, Dr. Strand, I'm going to let you wrap up a little bit as well and say goodnight to everybody on the call.
Well, thank you, Deanna, and I just want everybody to realize that taking nutritional supplements is about health. It's not about disease. And we are reaching out to people who want to become more proactive in protecting and maintaining their health. And we want not only to provide the products, but the science and the medical expertise so that when you're going to spend your time, your money and effort, you know that it's going to be effective. And we know that the best defense against all of these diseases is our body's own natural defenses. And the best way to build those up is by taking these high-quality, complete and balanced nutritional supplements. And I want to thank you for your time and learning about these wonderful products.
You know what? Thank you, Dr. Strand, for joining us. Thank you, everybody who joined us on this webinar. It has been our honor and a blessing to have you be a part of this, to learn about us, our commitment to excellence, to great health, to longevity. You all have a fantastic evening. This is Deanna Latson, Dr. Strand, and your president, Mark Wilson, signing off, and to great health always, everybody.